Ashington is my town, always has been, always will be. And the thing that makes it special, the thing that's always made it special, is the people. I love this town, and if you want to know why, these films will show you. Because Ashington is full of brilliant people doing brilliant things. The ones who show up, who give their time, who put their heart into making this a better place to live. That's what these films are all about. As Chair of Ashington Town Council, it's my absolute pleasure and genuine pride to introduce this series of short films celebrating community, youth and sport right here in Ashington. These aren't films about buildings or budget, these are about people, real people doing brilliant things, making a real difference to the lives of their neighbours, their mates, the kids growing up in the town. And if you ask me, that's what Ashington has always been built on. The council puts itself right at the heart of this community. One of the ways we do that is by awarding funding to local groups, and what these films show you better than any report ever could is why we do it. You'll see the difference it makes, you'll see it on people's faces. None of this would be possible without the groups and individuals who give their time and share their stories with us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to give a massive shout out to Jimmy and Lorraine at Look Look Productions and to Nina who presents the films. They've done a fantastic job and it shows in every frame. And to our own Sarah and Sharon who had the vision to make this happen in the first place. Well done, the pair of you. So settle in, enjoy the films and be proud. This is Ashington. Thank you.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme, always by your side.
So I've come along to the council chambers to find out more about the grant scheme with Sarah and Sharon.
The town council has always had a very, very generous reputation when it comes to grants, annual grants and small grants. So this year we've done the same. We've had a lot of large grants and we've had small grants throughout the year. But whereas before we would have celebrated grants through press releases, we would have gone and took photographs and presented cheques. We thought, why not do something different? So we invited Look Look along to do videos.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme. Ashington Town Council always by your side.
It's warm, it's welcoming, you know, there's no stigma of it. On the streets, obviously, it's raw, you know what I mean? The groups that do come here obviously to use the facilities. We're in a local community centre and we have a wide range of different activities taking place, different organisations that run from here, such as Newcastle Football Foundation, different organisations, Cygnus run sessions from here, fitness classes, we're linked in with the dance classes, the football as well. We've got football pitches out back there that's heavily used, especially in the winter times. We've got a cafe on site, there's a nursery on site as well. I think it will absolutely it'll enable us to be able to put more activities on as well that's suitable for that sort of flooring, because at the moment with it being so hard as well, and as you can see it's old, so it's becoming a little bit of a hazard in places. Be able to enhance us to broaden our variety of classes and stuff that we have on. It's not just going to be any sort of flooring either. It'll be the adequate and suitable one. And it's just certain areas that we're just trying to really work hard to get back to scratch.
Now it's twofold, so it celebrates what the council's achieved, but it also gives all of these wonderful youth groups, community groups, sports groups in Ashington a way to celebrate what they do and really get the message out about what they achieve for the town of Ashington.
There's not another centre around like the Hearst Welfare Centre. It's an absolute must that this place runs for the local community.
So this is where the Cllr.Mark Doon race was ran, just behind me, just before Christmas.
our first race of the year is Margison's Miles. So that is named after Alf Margison, who was one of our coaches who sadly passed away, but he was a very integral part of the club and of the committee as well. So that one is, it's laps of the community woods. All of our races are here, 2.6 mile loops, so you can run anything up to a marathon or anything that you can do within a 6-hour period. And we collect contributions for the food bank, and a proportion of the money that any of the profit from any race we donate to charity. We always review our coach situation every athletics year, in line with the amount of members we've got, and we get them onto sessions with England Athletics to actually do their official training, which we have to pay England Athletics for, but it also includes safeguarding, which is obviously really important, and first aid training as well, so that's all incorporated in what we have to pay for.
It's a great way to come and meet other people, obviously, having a lot of runners around and a lot of walkers as well, so it's just a nice way to get out, have a chat, have a bit of a laugh and be in the community.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme, always by your side.
We have approximately 30 coaches at the club, which, as we have over 240 members, we have to work within England athletic guidelines, but most importantly to keep everyone safe when they're out running on the street. So when we've got our groups out running, which split into different groups, we assign coaches and run leaders to keep the sessions running well, train people properly, but most importantly to keep people safe as well. But we welcome anyone to come along and volunteer, or equally to come along and take part, because it's so important to keep everyone fit and active these days.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme, always by your side.
I'm now headed up to the cricket club to see how their funding was spent.
I can only say from sort of my story, some of my best friends are here. I grew up 50 yards down the road. My dad played here, my uncle played here. So you sort of keep it within your family, you make great friends, and cricket itself lends itself to things like teamwork.
We pride ourselves that we provide cricket opportunities to members of the community, whether they be young boys and girls, all the way up to adults.
And working together, and I think the club's always been open to people walking in the door and coming to play cricket if you want to join in, whether you're the best player or you're just here for a social gathering. It's fantastic that the club can offer that.
Our ethos is to provide the best facilities possible, best equipment in the safest environment. Last year, our nets, which we'd had in place for the last 9 years, they were damaged beyond repair, they were dangerous, and we had to get them replaced, completely replaced. It's a very expensive project. We have to have outdoor nets for all our members, kids, adults to practice and be coached in batting and bowling outdoors. So we're hugely grateful for Ashington Town Council for contributing towards the money which we had to pay for the nets. Absolutely valuable contribution from the Town Council.
I think the funding in general just helps the club keep ticking over. We need to constantly maintain the club, keep it at a high standard. The cricket club's doing really well. I think by having the nets and sort of contribution from the Town Council, it enables people from ages 7, 8 up to adults at 40, 50-year-old to use the facilities and continue their hobby and the community spirit within the club.
So we'll have a women's team which we're encouraging any women to join us to play competitive cricket.
There's also a young girls team as well. I know the club is promoting heavily we have all-stars cricket with young kids from ages 5 to I think 9 or 10, and there's plenty of girls getting involved there. We're looking now to build on the fact that there's a women's team and also more girls getting involved. So if you're a local girl in the area and you want to try cricket and see if you can join in, also a great way to make friends and play a sport that gets you active and builds many skills.
So football is really important to a lot of people in Ashington, and I'm going to go along and meet some of them.
The history of the club, it was obviously, it's about 140-year-old now. I remember I'm going back to the 60s when I played for Ashington Juniors under 18s. I then became involved in the 80s just as a volunteer, and then I was on the committee in the 90s, and I'm now still here. I've been coming to Ashington Football Club since about 1964. They've never ceased to amaze me, the community here, because they do still come and watch. Even when we get beat, they still come the week after. And I think we're the 4th highest average gates in the whole of the league. The times I can remember is 1968 was when we went into the Northern Premier League, when it was initially brought about. We only lasted a couple of seasons because financially it was, all the clubs were in Lincolnshire or Derbyshire, Nottingham, and it just took a lot of money to keep going. So we ended up going back to the Northern League.
My dad used to be a massive Ashington fan, and we used to come to games with my dad, and then sadly my dad passed away 4 years ago, and they were asking for volunteers to help just the general running of the club and different things, and they asked if I would do the turnstile, so that's what I've done since then.
It's great. You look forward to the Saturday to see big people who you've known for years get behind the club, seeing what they do with the food banks, helping the community. If there's anybody who's got a fundraising done, the club try and get involved in that.
The financial side of it, if we didn't have help from yourselves, from Ashington Council, Town Council and other groups, we wouldn't exist. We were promoted 3 years ago up into the Northern Premier League. It's been a struggle because teams in this league, their budgets are way, way above us. When we got promoted, the season we were doing very well. We were getting 600-700 people in here. We are averaging just under 500 this season. And bearing in mind, we're in the bottom, we're in relegation. This team we're playing today, Redcar, they get about 150 a game less than us.
My uncle used to volunteer here selling tickets. My uncle's got additional needs, and during COVID, the club gave him a lifetime season ticket, just to cheer him up basically, because he was missing people here. The club's open for any community projects that need a room to use and stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously, like it's always advertised on social media when the games are, the Facebook page, and they've got Twitter and Instagram and everything. And obviously, they do a lot of leaflet drops because there's a big housing estate over there, and they're trying to get people from there to come, and a lot more people are coming.
And that's how the impact on the community is. We have got a fantastic support here.
Really, sometimes I really feel lonely.
I'm part of the Encos Ashington football team.
I've met a lot of friends.
I have heard there is a charity who help refugees.
I've got friends come around visit me. I feel more integrated. I don't feel alone.
I'm Karis Vardy and I volunteer with Northumberland County of Sanctuary. A typical football session would take place usually at either one of two venues. When people first come to Encos, we have drop-ins on a Tuesday and a Saturday. People will come and sign up and register with us as members. So I do all the membership for Encos and do the registrations. So when they are going through that process, I explain all the activities that we do and tell them when the sessions are on. I'll then point them to that. I've got 3 people who I work with who I point them to in their direction, and they will meet them and, introduce them to the other people who are there.
I was the ref of the day today, so I'm one of the organizers, and it is our duty to organize and manage the team. Yeah, today was great. We have a lot of amazing young upcoming players.
Today it was really hard because at first they were leading us by 3-0, and we had to work very hard so that we can at least draw or win the game, but we ended up drawing.
Just to score a goal by itself, it's like you feel happy about it, but even the situation, the other team were leading us, so it means a lot for us, like, to come back. Yeah.
One of our lads, one of our families, is currently undergoing trials with Newcastle United Academy. We've got a couple of people, 3 or 4 people now, who play with local teams. So it helps people to get beyond just being within the asylum group. So thank you to Ashington Town Council for giving us this. It's relatively a small amount, but actually it's like having millions.
I love this part of the river here. And I've also discovered how the River Wansbeck is really popular with groups who love water sports and activities.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme, always by your side.
We get funding from a number of sources, including obviously Ashington Town Council. But the feedback, the club is undergoing a transformation, frankly. I mean, we're basically now at about 100 members, junior and seniors, and the whole momentum is growing all the time. And you know, the bigger we become, we need new boats. There's always a requirement for stuff. So we're an evolving club. So it's always great to be able to do this sort of thing and to be supported by community funders as well to help us go to the next stage.
I kind of started for fun at first, and then I realised like it's actually a competitive sport and it's really like prestigious and things.
It's an anachronism, shall we say. That's how it was configured when the clubhouse was built in the early 90s. I think at the time it reflected the split between male and female membership, which happily no longer applies. We're very 50-50 now, and it's a tight squeeze, shall we say. It's a too tight squeeze, and it's one of the things that we're going to be rectifying, and that's one of the things that the money's going to go towards. But to be recognised for what we do in the community is what that funding effectively says to me, in that we are, we're worthy of support from our local council. It's terrific.
Ashington Town Council grant scheme. Ashington Town Council, always by your side.
Ashington Town Council is delighted to present 3 short films celebrating the fantastic local groups and organisations that have received grant funding through our annual grant and small grant programmes in 2025-2026. For community groups and sports clubs to youth organisations, these films tell the stories of the dedicated people making a real difference right here in Ashington. Together, the groups received nearly £90,000 in council funding, money that has gone straight back into the heart of the community. Like I say, showcasing what a good job they're doing for Ashington. Just loads of stuff going on in Ashington.
Ashington Town Council grant scheme, always by your side.
People are engaged in paddle sport for a number of reasons. So here in Wansbeck, we're really lucky to have this country park.
You don't know one day what happens when you pick up that paddle. What started out as like, oh, you know, I need a hobby, became a passion, became a career.
The most wonderful kits possible, wonderful canoes, kayaks, river kayaks, surf boats. We've got sailing rigs for the canoes, all sorts of stuff that people can do wetsuits, buoyancy aids, helmets, all the kit and paddles included.
Absolutely brilliant it is here. We're literally on the river, which gives us and all our users like massive amount of access. Within sort of 10 minutes of them arriving, we can have them fully kitted up. We can have them out on the river, seeing all this beautiful nature and wildlife. It's absolutely fantastic. It's, you know, it's really good for your physical and mental health. We do get it quite regularly where people, you know, they've turned up, not really sure about the day, and they've had an absolutely brilliant time, and they haven't had time to worry. They're there, they haven't had time to sort of be in their head and not whether they like it, and they've come away having a brilliant time, and it's supported and helped their physical and mental well-being.
So we were awarded the Quality Club by Cllr UK last year. It's in recognition of our achievement in governance of the club, our safeguarding of the kind of members and the equality of diversity inclusion as well as part of the club.
There's a shortage of women coaches in particular.
So we have more women members than we do men.
So it really means that our coaches, leaders that are part of the club have to get the qualification through Cllr UK to take people out on for the river and on journeys and stuff as well.
So this year we're doing a programme where we're going to develop and bring on our coaches and leaders in the paddle sport environment.
What we're trying to tackle with the funding from Ashington Town Council is that we need more coaches and leaders. Myself in particular, coaches are getting older and we need more people coming through who can keep the club going. It's an expensive process for individuals. Our relationship with the Town Council means they'll put some money in, we'll put some money in.
If you represent a local group, keep an eye out for details of our 26-27 grant programmes coming soon. Thank you for watching.
Together, through collaboration and continued investment, we can ensure that Ashington remains a place where community, youth and sporting spirit can thrive.
Ashington Town Council helping everyone in their community. Ashington Town Council grant scheme. Ashington Town Council always by your side.